Hello, so this is just going to be a quick video to demonstrate how to beat Bombman Damageless and Mega Man Powered Up. I know I went over this already in my Oilman Copy Robot Damageless video in the description there, but I kind of want to go through it again with voice and with video as background because it'll make it easier to explain. And I'm not convinced everything came through in text correctly, so I want to do it with video demonstration. First thing I want to say is that there is no bad RNG in this fight. If you're getting hit, it's because of a mistake you made. So you need to think about why you got hit and try to adjust to fix that next time. Don't just blame bad RNG because there's no RNG that will get you hit all the time. So I'm just gonna step into the boss room here, fast forward through the cutscene. The first thing I want to demonstrate is how to jump through Bombman's bombs. So you can just jump straight up like that. It'll get the job done 90% of the time, but there's kind of an issue with it. If he decides to jump straight all the way across the stage, you're gonna get hit, because he's going to jump straight into you. So, see, like that. Exactly like that. He was nice enough to demonstrate it very quickly this time. So in order to avoid that, what you want to do is just jump away like this. You gotta, well, first off, you've gotta be far enough away from him to begin with, but you don't want to go too far for reasons I'll mention later. So you want to jump back and go back towards Bombman. So, just like this. And if he is to jump to the far side of the stage, this jump arc will actually avoid it. So you don't need to worry about that happening, and you don't need luck to avoid it. The second thing we want to avoid is Bombman cornering us. See, like he's kind of doing right now. See, there we go. I was able to dodge that because I dodged out and in. The thing about Bombman is that he's got a bunch of different types of jumps he can make. He can go all the way to the left, he can go all the way to the right, he can go a little bit left and a little bit right, but the most important jump he can make is what I like to call the 2/3 jump. So, essentially he'll jump 2/3 of the way between his position and yours. So if you're standing right next to him, he'll pretty much jump straight up. You probably saw it a couple seconds ago if you rewind the video, but he'll pretty much just jump straight up. But if I were to sit across the stage from him, which I'll try to do, but oop, I got hit because I was trying to do something I don't normally do. So if I stand somewhere like here and he was to do the 2/3 jump, come on, Bombman, please just do it. See, he jumped a lot farther than usual there. And that's because I was standing far away from him. So you don't really want to stand far away. It's going to make him corner you a lot faster. So what you want to do instead, after he throws the big bomb like this, stand near him, he'll jump right after the big bomb, and then you back up a little bit. So stay far away, go towards him, stand near him as he jumps, and then back up to dodge the bombs. That should guarantee that you'll be able to dodge the bombs while still decreasing the likelihood of him jumping across the stage with a 2/3 jump. And that's also why you don't want to go too far away from him when he's throwing the bombs, is because if he decides to jump, he'll be giving up more ground. So the last thing to discuss is what to do if he does corner you, because it's still possible. You're only reducing the odds to make the fight easier, but it's still possible for him to corner you no matter what you do, especially on normal mode where he doesn't spend half the fight throwing these big bombs around. I actually think normal mode Bombman is harder than hard mode. I'm just going to try and demonstrate what to do if he corners you. So let's try to make him do the 2/3 jump right away. Okay, he did it. That's convenient. So I'm just going to make a save state here. So let's try to show off what you're supposed to do in this situation. So you don't necessarily need to do this strategy if he does the 2/3 jump at the very start. But if he jumps left a little bit more after that, that's when you're starting to get near the danger zone. So I'm going to unpause. You can see how he's throwing the bombs here, and if he jumps left, yeah, see, he hit the wall there, and that's kind of dangerous. But what we want to do instead is, if you land right next to Bombman, if you're standing right next to Bombman when he lands, he's going to do another jump instead of throwing his bombs. So I like to call this the bullying strategy. You kind of bully Bombman by standing right next to him. And the goal is to prevent him from throwing bombs if he's cornering you. So if we stand right here, and I didn't quite do it right. It's hard to do it from the pause like this. See? See how I forced him back? And I could just force him to jump over and over again, technically speaking, but generally this is a bad idea. You really just want to do it when he's cornering you. So, see, I forced him back, and now we're safe. And forced him back again. He did the same thing as last time. If you miss the window, like, you have to stand in a pretty precise spot. If you miss that precise spot, he's not going to jump, or you'll run into him. So see, he decided to advance on me instead of moving back. So I messed it up, but that's what we want. That's the end goal, to get him to jump to one of the sides, and then we just run underneath. It's also technically possible for him to just keep advancing on you during that phase. So you may want to try and run under him when he's doing a small jump forward, but that's very difficult. I've only done it during attempts a couple of times, and it's so rare, especially on hard mode, that it's not something that's really important to learn, but I just want to emphasize the fact that you can escape every situation. So, I guess now it probably makes sense to start doing some actual attempts. I'm just going to change my save state slot because I left another save state here, just to show off what the fight looks like in its entirety if you're playing it correctly. So I'm going to try not to get hit here. Obviously, with Oilman, this is going to be a long fight, so this will be probably a good demonstration of what to do, and hopefully not what not to do. So I didn't try to bully him there. I tend to let him get a little bit closer. So we can see he's going to throw the big bomb, stay close, and then back up. Throws the big bomb. Oh, and I guess I should explain the big bomb too. I was so focused on Bombman's regular patterns, and that's the hard part. But essentially, you just wait for him to wobble 3 times, and then you start walking. You stand almost the entire stage away, maybe minus 1 block length. You see the blocks at the bottom. And then you just, right when he throws it, after 3 wobbles, you just walk forward. And you only have to pause a little bit if he decides to throw it short. You've got plenty of time to react. It's very easy to just pause for the right length of time for the wobble. It's not precise at all. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about the fight. I'm just going to keep going because I want to show what the fight looks like. I just want to prove that, you know, it's not just a fluke. Overall, I think this is one of the coolest boss designs in the game. There's a lot of little details to this fight. The only thing I don't like about the fight is that this big bomb just comes out way too often, and it's really slow to dodge it, and not very interesting, so... But overall, yeah, really like the fight. See? We got him. Now let's just do it again. In the immortal words of the lockpicking lawyer, let's do it a second time to prove it wasn't a fluke. Obviously, this fight takes a long time to learn. I'd say, even though it's it's not too hard to get consistent at it, but it takes a long time to learn this fight because there's so many edge cases that you need to be prepared for. But look, he hasn't bullied me into the corner a single time, and really that almost never happens on hard. It's very rare. So the odds of him bullying you into a corner, and then you trying to bully him back, and then you getting forced to jump under him during like a short jump or something like that, it's just so rare, and even in those extremely rare circumstances, you can still escape if you play well enough, so... So see, I've pretty much beaten him twice in a row with Oilman, who is very, very slow at killing enemies. And that's even while talking, which makes things a lot harder. So trust me, you'll get a vibe for it, and you'll be able to beat this one pretty often. Pretty much every time, really. I'd say 90% of the time, approximately. At any rate, that's it. See you around.